Good evening, everybody. Eddie the Block here at Relic Extractors. Coming to you with the cleanups from the Epic Dump Dig this past Sunday, which was my 100th video. What was that, the 10th? July 10th. And so, in a minute or so, we'll get right into these. But before I get started, I just want to let everybody know that at least anybody that's within the Maryland, Pennsylvania, in that kind of area, maybe a little bit of West Virginia. For those of you who don't know, this coming weekend, July 16th and 17th, is the Summer Bottle Show at Shups Grove in Adamstown, Pennsylvania. My buddy Ed Nichols will be having 3 tables there, and he will be selling Relic Extractors long sleeve t-shirts, ones that I had left over from last fall. Originally $35, I'll be selling them for $30, and then also inside the bag is one of my business cards. On the back side, it is good for 15% off any purchase that you see, anything that I'm selling here on YouTube. And then it'll say from when you bought the shirt. So this way, it's just a special little offer just for you folks that come out to the show and buy a shirt. You'll get that the business card with the 15% off coupon to purchase anything off of me in the future. So Ed Nichols' position at the bottle show, at the bottle show. He will be located in row L, and he will have tables 6, 7, and 8. And again, he will be selling the Relic Extractors long sleeve t-shirts. Basically what it is Hillbilly Hutch here, and then if you haven't seen it already, it says catch us on YouTube right here. And then down the long sleeve it says the Relic Extractors. So, alright, well, stay tuned, and we'll be back with a quick rundown of the first half. This is going to be part 1 of 2 parts. Alright, guys, so first up we have that really nice 3-piece mold. Whiskey cylinder. It is more than likely a Buchanan's black and white Scotch bottle. So it just comes from overseas, this particular bottle. It is so dark I had to use my flashlight here, this LED flashlight, just to be able to get the light through here. So there it is, and I don't know if we can get you can see the base pretty good. That's upside down. I know, John Lord, you had asked about the number and the letter here. But yeah, 22, and then a letter L on the bottom there. And I've had them with A, and then I've had them with AL, and whatever other number. So, all right, so that's the 3-piece mold. I'm going to kill this light now, and we'll move over to the turntable. 1 second here. All right, next one up is the John Coleman Blob that I dug, that had the original stopper in it, the lightning stopper, but it was so rusted and cruddy. And boy, I'll tell you what, I didn't show it on camera when I dug it up, but the contents that were inside of here set you back a couple steps. It was pretty potent. So there really isn't too much damage on it. I think there is a little nick in the lip right there from the metal bail and the lightning stopper going in and out of it a lot. There you see the embossing, and you can see those wavy lines in it there. That's the from like the mineral deposits over the years, water levels laying in it and everything. Then on the bottom it says this bottle not to be sold. There are amber versions of these. I think Jimbo's got one. Jimbo, if you watch this, let me know, yes or no. I think you do. So yeah, so they do come in amber and aqua, and even clear in the crown tops. So I'm pretty sure there's an amber blob top, and I'm pretty sure Jimbo's got it. So all right, I'm going to move this out of the way so you guys can see that. While, in case you got any questions and you want to contact me, let's move these over here. So there's my email, and anybody wants to buy anything, that's my Venmo, and you can hit me up with Messenger. So all right, so let's move on here. We'll move this out of the way. Next up, we'll have the Hood's Sarsaparilla. Again, it's a nice hinge mold, probably about 1890s, maybe late 1880s. It's got that really old wicked top on it, and cleaned up pretty good for being down in the rust. It was just that it was wet. So I've been finding a lot of the bottles that are down that deep in the rust layer, as long as it's wet and it hasn't like been dry for a long period of time, they clean up pretty easily. So nothing anything rare or anything here. They're fairly common, but they're really nice bottles. So all right, so next we're going to move on to the little, well, not little, but medium size Ogden and Shimmer medicine from Middletown. And at one point these were kind of hard to find, but over the past year quite a few more of these have come out, so I'm questioning the scarcity of these, as opposed to so many other druggist bottles from Middletown. So anyway, I mean, it's still a nice medicine bottle. It's got nice embossing on it. The display is pretty nice. Just got to be cleaned up a little bit more. But so that was that one. Then you guys saw me pull the inks. So here's that Funky Carter's. It does have a very small nick in the backside of the lip here. You might be able to see it when it comes around. I believe it's a 2.5 ounce size, even though it's not marked. And there's that bruise right there up on the lip. And it is, I guess they call that a wide mouth ink. I don't know. And there's the bottom embossed Carter's, made in USA. And then we have, here's the Carter's cone, aqua cone ink. Again, pretty common. I think this is the first one I seen that had Carter's on it. You can see those kind of ghosted number 8s there. There's one right under the A, and then there's two crossing each other there in the middle. So that's that one. And then I'm just going to put both of these up here at the same time. One's clear, the mucilage, I guess, and the other one's aqua ink. Unembossed bases on these, the common variety. Nice to have. They're good sellers. I'll probably pair these up, for like $8 plus shipping, and then I'll pair the two Carters up for probably like $12 plus shipping. So I may forget that quote, so if you get a hold of me, just remind me to watch the video, and we'll straighten it out. So, alright, so that's those. So we're almost done with the smalls here. And here's that oil lamp, and it is like got a patina from out of this world on it. It's hard to see with the light here, but it's got such a heavy mineral deposit. I mean, you can see the white, the calcium and everything, but it is a ground lip. It does have a small chip in the lip, as you can see right here. Where is it? Right here? Let me see. There you can see it. Looks like a little mouse note on it. I don't know if that iridescence is going to show up or not, but... So yeah. So that's that. Nice little oil lamp. Alright, so that's it for part one. These are the stuff that I dug out of the hole before I took my walk into the back of the dump to pick around and see what was laying around. Alright, so stay tuned and I'll be back with part two. Alright guys, this one here, she's got to follow me wherever I go. So I had to make her a spot in the spare room here where I got my office, which is cluttered with all kinds of stuff. But yeah, so I had to clear off a spot for her. She will just lay, as long as I'm in here, she will lay in here. She's just content to hang over my shoulder since I'm working over this way. So yeah, so this is Caccia, which means huntress in Italian. And she's a precious, crazy little cat. But we love her. She's one of the 8 rescues that Chef Annie and I took in. You know, more her than me. Got to give her props where props are due. She does it all for these guys. You know, got them their shots, got them spayed and neutered, and you know, cat litter and food, and my mother-in-law pitches in too, and she helps, you know, take care of these guys. So so yeah, but she used to favor Chef Annie, and now she's like Daddy's little girl. So I'll give her creds too. She's a good kitty. All right, back to the bottle show. All right, guys, here we are now for part 2 of the cleanup video, and from the dig on July 10th, this past Sunday, at the Epic Dump. Okay, so now this particular group right here is, you know, some of it was on camera, most of it wasn't. This was my walk in the very back of the dump, as stated in my you know, first video on this, that it's like a kind of a transitional area of the dump from where you are getting, you know, some 1880s to, you know, 1910s, but most of it is, you know, like mid-20s to the 1930s, but you know, still, you know, some good bottles are to be had there, you know, from that whole time period, 1880 on up to, you know, the mid-20s, for the most part. So now the first one I'm going to show you is that little opium vial that I found in the root. I'm going to move these over again like I did last time when I was walking to the back, and I was about at the midway point where the access road is, if you watched the first video, and inside the root ball was this little vial. So we'll put him up there. Nice little aqua opium vial. I would say it's probably, what, 4 inches maybe? Yeah, 4 inches high. About an inch wide at the base. So I usually put those together in lots, like 4 or 5, and sell them like that. Alright, so, and then speaking of opium vials, this was found off camera in the bank of a previously dug hole that probably hasn't been touched in about 10 years, if not more. Just from the cast off washing back down in. This was like in the bank of the cast off. Nice little amber vial. You know, I would say mid-20s to around 1930 on that one. A little bit smaller in height and a little bit thinner. Common ball jar. It is the offset, perfect mason. It's in really good shape, you know, for what it is. The seated neck, and it does have the drop day. I'm spinning it around here real quick. So that's the, you know, the 1910 to 1923 variety. And then it's got the offset right there. Nice strong embossing. I think it's a number 6 on the bottom. Probably number 9. Usually the 6s are underlined. So I would say the 9. Mold number 9. Alright, so let's put that back over here. And so this is pretty damaged. And I've dug just about every known milk bottle there was in Middletown, New York. Even though this is severely damaged, this is one that I haven't seen. So, you know, it's, like I said, it is pretty damaged. It does have like the older top on it there. So it is W.H. Manel, 19.5 Fairlawn Avenue, Middletown, New York. So this is one that I have never seen before. It's got like a blank slug plate here up on the neck, probably where a 5-cent thing would be on it, or a store bottle would have been embossed in there, and the same on the rear. And then it also has a big blank slug plate on the rear. But I mean, just look at this damage. This is a researcher bottle, so that's the only reason I took it. It's obviously way too damaged, but it'll suffice until I get another one. So while we're on the milks, I've dug these before, different variants though. This is the J.B. Houston Highview Dairy, Middletown, New York. This is a slightly different variant than the other two that I have dug, with it being the same as that Manel bottle. It's got the 2 blank slug plates here and the larger one on the, you know, in the body. And also, I think there was something on the front that was a little bit different. Oh, it's got the H in the monogram here in the neck. I don't think the other two that I have that, and I don't think the neck is ribbed either, for that matter. So slightly different variant with that. So alright, so then we'll move on to the next one. Now remember guys, these are all the ones that were just laying around the ground, or maybe I scuffed up the ground a little bit. I did not dig back there at all. Most of these are surface finds. So there's an Isaac Crayons, pretty common. And then the slug plate that is on this were also the slug plates that were on their 28 ounce, and also on their Hutchinson bottles. And you know, where you would have it where it says 7 ounce or content 7 ounce, there's a variant where that's not there, and it's just looks like a big blank football in the middle. Looks like it has a little bit of purple to it. I'm pretty sure it's got some manganese glass in it. That looks purple on the base, pretty thick, possibly. So anyway, not too far from that, just under the leaves and about an inch under the dirt, was this Union Bottling Works Art Deco soda. You know, I was on a quest for a Sweeney's Orange Crush, and I didn't find one good enough to take home, but I did find one here, and this is from New Brunswick, New Jersey. Probably, you know, mid to late 20s on this. Let me see here. It's got that nice, like, fluted scallop neck design. This is approximately 8.5 fluid ounces. Here you see a nice diamond slug plate registered here, and it says Union Bottling Works, New Brunswick, New Jersey. And then it's got a U on the base. Okay, so that was a pleasant find. Then then you got something a little bit earlier here. Even though they're common, I took it anyway. I don't think I have any more to sell. I think I sold them all, so that's why I took it. Atwood's Jaundice bitters, formerly made by Moses Atwood, Georgetown, Massachusetts. Nice paneled bitters medicine here. Great color to it. Again, fairly common and easily obtained out of the Epic Dump. There's quite a few of them up there. So yeah. I think this one might be the early machine made. I can't really tell. Actually, yeah, you can see the seam that goes all the way up through the top. So this is definitely 1915 and 1920. Not as old as I thought. So, and then a couple different sizes of bromos. 3 different sizes actually. Now the big one is the 4 tab, where you would push down and twist, and you have to take it on and put it back on the bottle. It does have unfortunately, it does have a crack here. It's a nice big size one too. You can see how big it is. And these were found too, like I said, just walking around. So unfortunately, it's got that crack in the neck. But again, I took this just to show the age diversity, because this little one is blown. This one's early machine made, probably around 1910, 1915. And also the color, you can tell too, because they started getting lighter with their cobalt in the glass as they got a little bit newer. I would put this late 20s, early 30s with that 4 tab closure on it there. So, so yeah. So that's it for the finds from the Epic Dump dig and walk through. And again, if you have any questions on anything, you can contact me here. And again, I will remind everybody for the Shups Grove bottle show, the summer bottle show is this weekend, July 16th and 17th in Adamstown, Pennsylvania. My good friend Ed Nichols has 3 tables there. He is in row L, tables 6, 7, and 8. He will be selling the Relic Extractors long sleeve t-shirts. He's got just a limited amount too. He's only got 11 shirts. I got a bunch getting ready to get printed up. But I discounted these. I knocked $5 off. They were $35. So because they're last year's, I knocked them down a little bit. And $30 would be the price tag. And also along with that, inside the bag that your shirt will come in will be one of my business cards. And on the back side of my business card will be a handwritten coupon by Chef Annie for 15% off any future purchase that you see on my videos of stuff that I put up for sale, or even the past ones. If you go back to the very beginning when I first started posting stuff for sale, if it's available, you can take 15% off of that as well. And even the merchandise. I'm getting new hats made up, new shirts made up, and maybe venture out into some other type of merchandise, stickers and whatnot. So yep, so again, that would be this weekend, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, and please subscribe and share, leave a comment. God bless and have a good night.